this to them anyways. All right. But yeah, so thanks again, everyone, for joining us tonight. I know that it's 10 p.m. on a Wednesday. So tonight we have Samina, and Samina is with Thirdweb. She's the developer relations officer over there. Am I saying that correctly, Samina? But I'll let you introduce yourself as well and also introduce what Thirdweb is all about. But tonight, essentially what we'll be doing is to learn how to build a NFT drop without coding, right? So hope you guys are looking forward to the session. Pass it over to Samina.
Yep, awesome. So hi, everyone. Yeah, like Jason said, my name is Samina. I'm the developer advocate at Thirdweb. I primarily focus on educating users on how to build in Web3. So this is part of my work. I do workshops. I create blog posts. I do like conferences. I do different talks and stuff. So just trying to help everybody learn what Web3 is about and then how to kind of build on Web3. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully you all can see this, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yep. Yeah, I haven't been on Zoom in a while. So, all right, awesome. So just going to go a little bit over what Thirdweb is. So Thirdweb is basically a Web3 app framework, and we provide a couple different things for you to be able to create a Web3 application. So we provide a dashboard where you can basically deploy and manage different smart contracts. We provide SDKs in popular languages such as JavaScript, Python, Go, so you can interface with these smart contracts. And then we also provide pre-built contracts as well. So if you don't want to build your own smart contract, you can use the ones that we have for you. They're already like made and audited, so you don't have to worry about, building your own, having to go through security measures, or even if you don't like to code in Solidity, you can use our, token smart contracts or NFT smart contracts. And it just kind of reduces the friction layer there. So, sorry, I was trying to do that here. Okay. So our product values were 100% open source and 100% on chain. So like, we don't have servers. Anything that you deploy or any smart contract that you deploy with Thirdweb is going to be on chain. You can use it, with other applications. And then we're also permissionless. So you don't need to ask us or like authorize with us to use any of our tools. One of the things that we're focusing on is we're built for teams. More and more we see different teams using our products. So that's kind of what we want to optimize for. So we have features like Gnosis Safe, which I can talk about later. And we're also trustless. Like I said, every smart contract that you all deploy with Thirdweb is 100% owned by you. We don't have any stake in it at all. So yeah, so when it comes to the contracts, like I said, we have a couple pre-built options like tokens, marketplace contracts, treasuries, governance. You could even build a DAO. And so basically what's really cool about this is, like I said, they're audited, but another really key feature that we released recently is called Thirdweb Deploy. So if you are someone who does like to code smart contracts or you want to like deploy your own, you can do that as well. And once you deploy with Thirdweb, you still get the dashboard functionality and like on-chain analytics and all these different things, which I can show you guys in a little. And then, like I said, SDKs, we provide SDKs in the popular languages. So you can like use server side, like scripting to like deploy the contracts or like fetch any data. We also provide a React SDK, which is pretty awesome. And that's where you can get some components like the Connect wallet, an NFT render, a mint button. And so if you're comfortable with React or Next.js, you can use that pretty easily. Next up, yep, our admin dashboard. This is what we're going to go over today. So you guys will see that. I'm going to just quickly glance past that. But yeah, so our goal is to really just connect everything in between so you guys can build Web3 applications pretty easily. Built for teams. I'm going to just skip all this. This is like, there's so much information here. But yeah, lastly, we are a multi-chain. So we are blockchain agnostic. There's not like really one blockchain that we lean towards. We kind of want to make sure that all of them are kind of provided for you. And this is an old deck. So I think now we do have a few more. I think we just recently did Arbitrum and Optimism. So And then what can you build? So you can build a lot of different things with Thirdweb. So you can, as well as like minting NFTs and things like that, you can create like token gated membership clubs, digital asset marketplaces, creator tools, different protocols, guilds. I think soon we're going to get into gaming. So that's going to be awesome. And soon, these are some of the brands that we've worked with so far. This product timeline is kind of outdated as well, but I will just skip all that. So any questions thus far? I see something in the chat. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, no, awesome. Thanks so much for the short intro. Right? So just to also mention to the rest of the members is that actually for KopiDAO, most of the backend is actually powered by Thirdweb. You know, like how we do our allow list, our whitelisting, you know, claim phases and all that is through a very simple, straightforward dashboard, which I'm sure Samina will be able to kind of illustrate that as well. But yeah, I'll pass it over to you again, Samina.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so starters, this is me. I'm only showing my GitHub because through this demo, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the NFT drop. And if you wanted to follow along, you can clone or you can download this shapes folder over here. So if you go to github.com/Samina codes, you can follow that. If not, if you have your own assets, that's totally cool. If you want to like mint your face or some other photos from a trip or something, you can totally do that. And then the next thing, I'm going to assume most of you guys have a wallet. If you have a crypto wallet, can you like just type a 1 in the chat? Okay, dope. All right. If not, you can get a MetaMask wallet. You'll just have to go to, I think it's like MetaMask download. I'll just show it real quick. MetaMask is my preferred wallet. There's definitely other ones like Coinbase wallet and other things like that. And if you guys need help installing, or not installing, but you know, if you guys ever need help with it, probably ask somebody who you know and feel comfortable with, because it will show you like sensitive information. Yeah, just be careful with that. Cool, dope. Okay, so yeah, so if you have a wallet already, what you can do is the cool thing about blockchain development is most chains will provide you with a mainnet, which is where you're going to deploy to actual production. And then they also provide you with testnet, which is where you can test out projects. And so that's what we're going to do today, because I don't want to spend real money on a test project. So what you can do, one of the testnets I really like is Mumbai, which is the testnet for Polygon. And what you can basically do is copy your wallet address and then you paste it in here. It's not going to let me because I'm hoarding. Oops, sorry. I'm hoarding Matic, but if I like confirm, yeah, see, I I already have a lot. But if you don't have any, you can totally get some from this faucet. It'll help you when you're developing your applications.
I
So
think
yeah.
if you mind, I can elaborate on a little bit on that as well,
Sure.
Samina. So for the faucet, essentially, it's like free Matic on testnet, right? And for most of our DAO members, they already know how to get on Polygon mainnet through something that we introduced to them, Chainlist, right? So we use Chainlist for them to very easily kind of like bypass. There's no need to type in all those nitty-gritty details. So if you want to do that, you can still jump on Chainlist right now, open up the testnets kind of like tab and look for Mumbai and connect the wallet and be on Polygon testnet, right? So the difference between a testnet essentially is it's a sandbox environment. You don't really spend your own Matic, your own money, right? And you can use this faucet that Samina just recommended. It's faucet.polygon.technology. That's from the original team, right? And Polygon actually facilitates this faucet to get free Matic, essentially. Obviously, this can't be converted into actual Matic in the mainnet, but it allows you to gain free Matic to play around with apps, right? So yeah, just to elaborate on that for the really non-tech type folks.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I appreciate that. Awesome. Yeah, so basically what Jason said, and once you get your testmatic, what we can do is we'll come back to thirdweb.com/dashboard. And this is where we're going to deploy our application. So the first thing we're going to do is connect our wallet. And over here, like I said, we have a couple different options. We even have Gnosis Safe. How many of you guys have heard of Gnosis Safe? Have you guys gone over it? Okay, cool. So Gnosis Safe, if you don't know about it, you basically have it's like a team wallet. You'll have several different wallets. You need to have several different wallets or several different people to kind of authorize, versus just having yourself or one person. Okay, wait. Sometimes because I have Coinbase and MetaMask, sometimes it'll bug over here. Let me see.
No worries.
Let me unpin.
So our treasury is actually deployed on Gnosis as well, the multi-sig. So you should be familiar with it.
Yeah. If you have more than one wallet, sometimes it can like not detect the right one. So I'm running into that issue. Sorry. I was testing on several wallets. So okay, so here we go. I got in. Welcome to the Thirdweb dashboard, and we'll just continue here. And so you can see all of these different contracts I have deployed here. So once you start deploying contracts, you'll see like the name, the contract type, the different networks. You can see like all of them are on like Rinkaby or Mumbai, the contract address, and then I can also remove the contract from my dashboard. So this doesn't really remove it from the blockchain, but it'll remove it from my dashboard if I want. But what we're going to do here is we're going to deploy a new contract. And like I said, you can bring in your own contracts now with Thirdweb using Thirdweb deploy. So this is what this left side is, where it says my contracts. I could do another session on that in the future. But here is where we're primarily going to be working, which is the pre-built contracts. And you can see we have several different options. So we have drops, we have NFTs and tokens, marketplaces, and then governance and splits. So one key difference that I'm going to go over here is we have NFT collection, and then we also have NFT drop. And so the difference is with NFT collection is when you mint NFT on an NFT collection contract, it mints directly to your wallet. And so the use case for this is like, people who want to do Twitter profile pics, or they just kind of want to do a one-off NFT. It's not really meant for like a community of like 10,000 people. Generally, that's when you would do an NFT collection contract. If you want to like create a contract for like, some drop, like some profile pic drop or something like that, that's when you would probably use an NFT drop contract. And the difference is it has lazy minting. So does anybody here know what lazy minting is, like with NFTs? Cool.
Nope.
Okay, so do you want to explain it, Jason?
No, I think you can go ahead, Samina.
Okay,
I
cool.
think you explain it better than I.
Maybe. Okay. If I can't explain it, definitely jump in. So with lazy minting, it's basically you upload the metadata and you kind of basically upload the NFTs, but they're not minted yet. So they're just kind of like waiting on the blockchain to be minted by some user. So originally, we'll see here in a second, but like when you do a contract with NFT drop, you'll see like at first it just shows you that they're all minted on like address 0. That's not really true, but it just means that it's not minted yet. So we'll see that. But yeah, so what we're going to do today is do a drop contract, an NFT drop contract. And I don't know I hope I didn't go too fast there, but here you can see like these ones are already audited. We work with a auditor called MacroDAO, and they basically look through our contracts to make sure they're kind of secure and they stake in it basically. So NFT drop, edition drop, signature drop, and then token drop is still waiting, but these are ERC20s, if you guys have heard of like fungible tokens. But yeah, so we'll go into here, we'll go into NFT drop. And when you get into here, there's a couple of different settings that you need to start with. So for this one, I'm going to just call it cookie project. You see, I've done cookie project a lot, but this one, we're going to do it for KopiDAO. The symbol is going to be what appears on the block explorer. So like with that $sign, I'm just going to call that cookie. I'm going to do a test contract for KopiDAO. Actually, I'm not going to do cookies. Sorry. I'm going to do shapes today. So, and then this image, if you go on OpenSea, typically you'll have, what's it called? So typically on OpenSea, you have like, when you see a contract, you have like a profile pic, there's like one default one, and then there's like some description, and then the, maybe the symbols there. I actually can't remember the OpenSea interface right now, but basically all that information is right here. That's what you're kind of filling in. So I'm going to just pick a random shape for the cover. Maybe I really like blue hexagons, I guess. So we're gonna just pick that. For the primary stills, you can see that it auto populates my address that I'm connected with. You can definitely change this. So maybe you're making this contract for somebody else and you just, you want to deploy it on yours, but you want the primary stills to go to them. You can remove this and add another person. You can also do royalties. So if you sell an NFT and then that person sells the NFT, if you want to take some percentage of that sale, you can set that up here as well in the contract. And then platform fees. So if you're building a platform and you want to deploy this NFT contract and use it there, you can also add these. And then lastly, the network or the chain. As you can see, these are all the main nets we support, and then these are all the test nets we support. Like I said, today we're going to be doing Mumbai, but if you want to do Rinkaby, which is going to be deprecated soon, unfortunately, but if you, or any of the other ones, I think you can also switch there. So yeah, I think, sorry, let me just change this real quick. Shape, okay. So now we're going to deploy. And when I deploy, let's see, depending on the network congestion, this can take a while or this can take like a little bit of time. But yeah, so it's going to prompt us to confirm a transaction, and this will basically, the transaction is going to allow us to deploy this to the blockchain. Okay, I'm going to wait for that to load. I always need elevator music for my demos. Actually, that wasn't bad. Okay, cool. Awesome. So yeah, so now you can see I'm on my dashboard. I have shapes for KopiDAO. You can see my contract address. And let's see, what are we going to do next? Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're actually going to batch upload our NFTs. And so just to give you an idea of what I'm working with here, let me go back to my desktop. So in my demo assets, I do have a CSV file already created. Just open this real quick. This is not the most ideal. I actually don't like numbers on Mac, but this will do for now. So basically I have a CSV file and it has, you can see like I mapped it to the different PNGs that are in my folder. I've created a little bit of metadata. So like all of these have different amounts of sides. They have different colors. They're different shapes. I added the description. It was a little bit of work, but basically you just add the name, description, shape, whatever data you want. And when you are going to do a batch upload, it actually gives you an example CSV to download. So you can just like work based off of that. But we're going to upload our NFTs. Actually, I kind of messed this up. So I want to, yeah, so I want to do this plus, no, I'm so bad with computers. Oh God, I'm actually going to move this to trash because I never use that. Okay, so we're going to upload both of these, all of the images plus the, is it not going to let me do it? Sorry, give me 1 second.
No worries.
Okay, I'm going to just drag and drop. Sometimes I have issues with that. It's so annoying. Okay, let's go to shapes. So I'm going to drag and drop these two things. It's a lot easier than doing the upload. Okay, so as you can see,
there you go.
Yeah, that's a lot better. So as you can see, all of the, basically the images that I had, and then the name and the description and the properties here are going to populate. Hopefully it's pretty quick. I think it doesn't take too long to just kind of render that. But you can see everything that I've basically uploaded here. And once you confirm that, definitely double check. Sometimes I've had issues like with my own files. Like I think one time I left like a white background on one of these and then I just still uploaded it. But you can definitely double check before you hit next. If you mess up, you can hit reset. And so when we go to the next screen, we have two options. So we could do reveal upon mint. So when somebody mints your NFT, they basically see what the NFT is in their wallet immediately. But sometimes, I don't know if you guys have like gone on OpenSea, and sometimes you'll see like collections where like each one has the same cover photo and it's like just waiting to be revealed. It's kind of like a loot box mechanism. And it's like like there's some placeholder image, we could definitely do it that way as well. So I'm going to just do delayed reveal for fun here. I'm just going to, what you'll do is you need a password. So yeah, just make sure you don't lose that because there's no way to recover it at all. For the cover image, I'm just going to use the blue circle again. It's kind of lame, but you don't have a cover image for this one. And I'm just going to call this shape delayed reveal. And then we're going to reveal it later today. And you can also shuffle the order of the NFTs. So if you want, your users to not be able to snipe like the rarest NFT or something like that, you can shuffle the order. We can totally try that. I haven't tried that yet. So I'll just do upload 30 NFTs. Waiting for approval. I think this is going to prompt a transaction. Or should, yeah, here we go. So we'll do this. And then it will take us back to the dashboard once it's done. But yeah, this is a really cool feature. So especially for gaming, or like maybe you don't want to reveal your NFTs all at once.
We were just mentioning it in the chat that it's a very powerful feature that is already built in by you guys in the dashboard. It's amazing, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah, so now you can see like on my dashboard, all of these are hidden by the blue circle, which is kind of lame. I don't want to I don't want to give everyone a blue circle, but we can reveal it. So yeah, when it comes to revealing, you can go back on your dashboard and we're going to reveal the NFTs. So I think I did. I hope that was the password. Yeah, you can definitely do this later. I'm just doing it now to show you. Oh my God, do I remember the password? Hope that was right.
We could probably design a, like a question mark shape for you, Samina, after this session, so that it's a little bit easier for you as well. Looks better.
That would be amazing.
As
yeah,
a
that would be
thank you.
perfect.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect for my demos. Yeah, so now once you reveal, you enter your password. Now you can see they're all back to normal. They're all back to their revealed state. But otherwise they would be covered by that. So yeah, so that's how you do the upload with batch upload. You can also like create another NFT just on the fly if you want, like maybe you forgot one or you want to just add another one, you can totally do that. And you can just do that one at a time here. So yeah, I guess the next thing I want to show you guys is claim phases. Are there any questions yet? Okay. Do all the variations need to be created before uploading? They do need to be created before uploading, and unless you do, I think unless you do signature drops, but I can go into that later. And then is there an app that NFT creators usually use to automatically create the variations? I think there's one called Hashlips, which is really cool. I'll just show that real quick. Yeah, Hashlips the art. They have like an art engine. Yeah, I haven't used it yet, but it would be really cool to try out. I think it's yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, it'll go over instructions. They also have a really huge Discord. And they also have done like a YouTube series with us. So you can use Hashlips with Thirdweb. Yeah. Yeah. I think on one of the videos he'll go over how to do it. So I definitely check that out. Okay. But yeah, back to this dashboard. We're gonna go here and go to claim phases. And so claim phases are basically a way to set up properties for a certain period of time. And this is really powerful. Basically, I'm gonna show you guys what it does. So when I add a claim phase, I can make it so that people are only able to claim my NFT at a certain time. So like maybe I want to upload all of this stuff today, but I don't want people to start claiming it until maybe August. So I can set up a claim phase that starts here. I could set the amount of NFTs that I want to drop. I can also change how much I want to charge per NFT and change the currency as well. So, if I want to do USDC, I could totally do that. The other thing is who can claim NFTs during this phase. So maybe you are creating like a community and you want like your early supporters to be able to claim during this week period, and then the public can open the next week. You can set a claim phase to where only specific wallets are able to mint that NFT, and then anybody else, if they try to do it, the transaction will fail. But what you can do here as well is you just drag and drop a CSV file, and it has all of the wallets. I can show you what that looks like quick, actually. We do have time. But yeah, so this is what a snapshot looks like. Sometimes there are tools to take snapshots of your community, so you can use that as well. Just make sure there's like an address column. It has different, basically different addresses in there. So you can drag and drop that in here as well. There's also with a new feature that we added with it with max claimable. So actually I'm gonna do that real quick as well. So you can, like, if you have a certain member that you really like and you want them to claim 10, but everybody else can claim 2, you can also set it up that way. We'll close that. So yeah, you can do any wallets, all wallets, how many NFTs can be claimed, and then how many seconds in between claiming. So, you know, if you don't want to get booted, you can do that. And then, yeah, and so you can save a claim phase basically. And what this will do is it'll prompt another transaction on the blockchain. Basically, you're gonna confirm it. Yeah, you're gonna confirm it, and you can do that. It should just show all the settings here still. But you can add an additional claim phase after that. So say I did, because I didn't have the list of addresses, I didn't do specific wallets. But if I wanted to add another claim phase that was open to the public, like a week later, I would just change a couple settings, and then that would be like claim phase 2. I see some questions. So the fees and royalties to the owner are perpetual. There's no way to edit the percent set if for any reason you want to change it down the line. I think you can here, and if you go to settings, you can change that here. Yeah, it'll just prompt another transaction though. Just be mindful of that. Do each of the NFTs have to have unique properties? Does anything happen if there happens to be duplicate properties by mistake? I don't think anything happens. It'll just be uploading the same NFT twice, basically. But it'll have a different token ID, right? So like, it's like maybe I have 2 of these red hexagons, and like it's exactly the same. One's going to be token ID 0, and then the next one that's uploaded is going to be like token ID 1. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So with claim phases, did that work? Yeah. So, so I can, now you can see that it's here, and I can add an additional claim phase. So this is phase 1, this is phase 2, but I'm not going to do that because you guys already get that idea. So, okay. Permissions, do I need to go over this? Yeah, so permissions is basically like on each contract, you have like an admin, a creator. You can also create soul-bound NFTs. So do y'all know what soul-bound NFTs are? Yeah, okay.
It's probably yeah. Probably
okay,
to
so
explain it as non-transferable, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically soul-bound NFTs are non-transferable, and what happens is like you can't move the NFT from your wallet. And so any wallets that you add to this list can transfer them, but if you like set up non-transferable for anybody else, they won't be able to do that. So this is really cool if you have like a community project and you don't want them to be able to transfer it. But also if you know, maybe you're giving out certifications, like you have some educational platform and you want to give out certificates, you don't want that person to be able to like, you know, just give their certificate to somebody else. So you can set up settings like that.
That's exactly what we do at KopiDAO actually. In terms for the on-chain credentials that we issue, right, through these courses, workshops, that's exactly that, right? For the non-transferable part.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, it's so cool that you guys use it. So that makes me so happy. The next tab I'm gonna go to, does that mean that soul-bound NFTs can't be sold in the marketplace? So you'll see them appear on the marketplace and it looks like you can buy them, but just be careful because if you do, the transaction will fail. And sometimes I don't know if that transaction like is refundable. So like, yeah, it'll just like, I haven't tried buying one, but that's what I hear. It's like the transaction will just fail, but I don't know if it like basically burns your burns any amount you spend on it.
Now, usually it's just rendered invalid, right? So you don't actually spend the amount, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah, probably something like that. I haven't tried it, but I'll check it out later. I think that's a good investigation. Okay, yeah, and so back to embeds. So if you are more of a low code, no code user, we do offer embeds. So you can just take this little thing and post it onto your website if you have like a WordPress or if you use Card or something like that. And what's really cool is like we used to just have this version, but now we have different, you can get different versions of the embed, basically with different colors. So yeah, so this is dope. I like that. So basically what you'll do is you'll get this little embed on your website if you just copy this and copy and paste out there. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to show you all is this code tab. So if you are a code user, you can basically deploy your I said a code user, but like if you're a developer or if you're somebody who likes coding, basically what you can do is go into the code tab and you can like take out these snippets of code and kind of add them into your website depending on what you want to do. So like you would npm install these SDKs, and then if you wanted to burn a NFT, this is a function you would call for that. And obviously you can do it in a couple different ways with JavaScript, React. Yeah, so it should be like pretty intuitive to follow. These snippets are also available on our docs. So if you don't like looking at it this way, I don't actually prefer reading docs for some reason. I'm that nerd, but yeah, you can also see all of these snippets and more information on our docs page. But yeah, that's pretty much an overview of all of the stuff you could do. Basically, there's a bunch of different tabs. Just play around with it. I think that's the best way to learn. And yeah, any questions on anything that we've covered so far? Or if there's anything you would like me to go over again, I'm totally not.
Daniel? So, I mean, as a non-tech guy, right, maybe you can really give us in terms of your feedback. Was it too hard to follow, or, or is this like magic for you right now that it's so easy that you want to start deploying, and start selling your photos as a collection, right?
Yeah, this is really great. Thank you so much, Samina, for going through everything. It's really, I'm just trying to absorb everything now and come to terms with some of the ideas that I have in my head. Maybe first question is, right now it is only for image NFTs, right? It's not for any other like music NFTs or that sort of NFT?
You can do several different kinds of NFTs actually. So you can do let me see if we have a list of NFTs supported. Sometimes I have trouble navigating our docs because now we have a new search feature, but I think basically we support any sort of file. So like an HTML file, a PDF, MP3, MP4, some of like I forgot what the extensions are, but for like some of the 3D renders, you can also do that. So it's not just images, basically we support, I'd say most files. There's a list somewhere, but I just have to find it. I can probably send it to you guys.
Very cool. Thank you. Yeah, give me a moment to think more about it, Jason. I'm just trying to absorb everything.
No worries. I mean, I guess my question was more towards like looking at this dashboard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How is it for you as a non-tech guy with that lens? Is it very easy for you to navigate?
Yeah,
I guess those kind of questions, right?
It is a lot easier to navigate. I think it especially helps that you know everything is on the platform itself, and whatever needs to be off the platform, there are templates provided. So that's super helpful. I guess then the next thing would be to once we have that set of NFTs created, would be to embed that that last bit onto whatever website that we have, right?
Yeah, it could be a blog, could be anything, right? So And for the embed, in fact, when we first launched our cohort 1 of KopiDAO, it was strictly just running on this embed on, on one of the websites that, because we mentioned that, remember that we wanted to come up with this guide where essentially KopiDAO infrastructure, the entire thing is 90% no code, right? Embedded on software, which is the website builder that we use. But ever since then, we kind of moved towards using a different API, right? And I guess just to highlight as well for maybe people like TY that are developers themselves is that, yeah, essentially you don't need to deploy your own smart contract. You can just leverage on what Thirdweb has already provided you. And the best thing is that I think Samina really highlighted is that these are also audited contracts, right? And this is extreme value because you can also think of it as like, if you're selling this to your community, you can also start saying that, okay, these contracts are audited by, you know, these people, right? Which are great companies. And at the same time, if you're trying to provide, let's say, a service as an agency, as a consultant, freelancer, whatever that is, yeah, leverage on this tool, right? Essentially.
Great stuff.
Yeah, I can actually say that Thirdweb really did a really great job because like as a developer myself, I've actually launched an NFT project, I mean just on a testnet, you know, from scratch. And there's actually a ton of work that Thirdweb has actually abstracted away, and it's so convenient, like even from IPFS, like connecting to the network, right? And all that stuff. Yeah, really amazing.
So happy to hear that. Actually, yeah, I did forget to mention that we do do the upload to IPFS for you, so you don't have to worry about that. I just wanted to show real quick, kind of like what our embed looks like in the wild. This is Adam Levi. He has a really cool podcast, and I just met him recently, actually at NFT NYC, and he told us he was using Thirdweb to kind of like mint sponsorships or have a sponsorship minting program. And basically, this is what our embed kind of looks like. So let me switch to mainnet here, but you can see how he's embedded it onto his site. And yeah, so that's kind of what you can do. You can also create your own version of this for sure with the React SDK, but if you don't want to do that, you have that option. But yeah, really appreciate the feedback on like how you guys have been using it. IPFS is basically decentralized storage where you are uploading your NFTs. So I'm probably not the best at explaining IPFS, but basically like when you upload an NFT, like the image itself is not going to be on the blockchain, because if you do upload an image directly to the blockchain, it's going to cost you like millions of dollars. You don't want to have heavy files or big files on there. So what you have is like these other services like IPFS, where it's considered decentralized storage, and you upload it to there, and then it basically is connected to your smart contract, but it's still decentralized because it's the image is distributed across a bunch of different nodes.
Yeah, just to add on that, so can think of IPFS as an Airbnb for file storage. So like, you know, like many millions of computers out in the world are actually like renting out file spaces to store your files or images and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a perfect explanation. I like the Airbnb Airbnb analogy. I'm gonna steal that. If you hear me say that in the future, I will credit you. But yeah, so that's what you can do. If you all ever want me, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, so how does one pay for renting this decentralized storage space?
We kind of cover that for you here. But I don't know. I've never done it directly to IPFS. I don't know if you have.
Yeah, I think right now like Protocol Labs, they are doing it for free. So like because decentralized file storage is like so many more times, like at least 100 times larger than centralized storages like from Facebook and Google. So they're actually just doing it for free right now.
Wow, thank you.
There's a couple different options, right? Like Arweave, and I'm trying to think of a few others. IPFS, Arweave, is it not Filecoin? Is it not Filecoin? Something with file. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'll have to remember.
it's Filecoin. Yeah.
It's Filecoin? Okay, yeah, that one. yeah, there's a couple of different options. We definitely just go for IPFS. But I think you can, through the SDK, you can do a different one. But yeah, any other questions on Thirdweb? Nope.
Doesn't seem like it. I think it's very straightforward, I guess, which is great, right? Anyone can start using it. So I think just to add on in terms of for Daniel is that you can also look up like putting up nodes with, you know, like Alchemy also launches like RPC, because one thing that for Thirdweb, when we first launched it, we were using the free RPC kind of like endpoint, which is a server, if you may, on a Web 2 format. So we went ahead and rented out a dedicated RPC endpoint as well on Polygon, so that traffic was a little bit better. Because when we first used the embed and used the kind of like public server, if you may, transactions were a little bit slower to go through. And, you know, that is something that, you know, when you do, let's say, play around with Thirdweb, you want to learn more about, you know, nodes and endpoints and all that. That's something that we will be able to also cover on the next workshop or something like that, right? So, but yeah, if there's no other questions, any other questions though, guys? Any feedback, right? Doesn't necessarily needs to be a question as well. Any feedback for Samina?
Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, no, I just wanted to echo what has been said before. I've literally been following along, created my own NFT, bought my own NFT from my own website. It was that easy within half an hour. What was this, 45 minutes? It's really amazing.
Yep.
That's so awesome. Yeah, if you all have any questions, I'm just gonna wrap up with like, you can reach out to me on Twitter. My handle is Samina Codes. If you send me a DM, that I can totally like reach back out and see what your needs are. I would say the best place to contact us is definitely our Discord. We have support basically in different time zones. So like if you're up later or you know, earlier in the day, we usually have like a community moderator on who's able to like help out with your needs. But yeah, so our Discord is discord.gg/thirdweb. I think I'll drop it in the chat. But yeah, if you ever run into any issues or if you have more questions, oh, awesome. Dope. Thirdweb. Amazing. Daniel's on top of it. Yeah. So yeah, either way, hope to stay in touch. If you all want any more demos in the future, just let Jason or your community mods know, and I can come back and do something with code or I don't know, whatever you guys want, basically.
Yeah, thanks so much, Samina, for spending time with us. Awesome stuff. And yeah, I really love Thirdweb. We've been using Thirdweb since 4 months ago when we first started KopiDAO even, right? Entire backend is powered by it. And yeah, looking forward to more sessions, Samina. Thanks for your time.
Of course, bye.